So, we'll try to do two ayats of Surah Al-Baqarah, number 122 and 123 today. The first ayah starts with the description about the Bani Israel. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya Bani Israel adhkuru ni'mati allati an'amtu alaykum wa anni faddaltukum ala al-alamin. So here, in this ayat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing the children of Israel. Bani Israel means the children of Israel. The first word is made of two parts. Ya is called harf nida, which means if you are calling someone, you start with this word. For example, you say Ya Allah. Means you are calling or making a nida or calling someone by the word Ya. Means in English this means oh. Okay. Then the second word is the ibn. Ibnun is the word, and this means son or child. Ibnun means son or child. Okay? Its plural is Bani. Bani Yun means children or sons. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing by saying Ya Bani Israel. Okay? Israel is the name of Yaqub alayhi salam. Israel is the name of Yaqub alayhi salam, who was the grandson of Ibrahim alayhi salam. And his children migrated to Egypt, starting from Yusuf alayhi salam, who was taken to Egypt from Palestine as a slave, and there he became the ruler. So the whole family moved from Palestine to Egypt. So all the progeny or the children of Yaqub alayhi salam, there were 11 of them, their children are called Bani Israel. Okay? So the starting point is Yaqub alayhi salam, not Ibrahim alayhi salam. Okay? So in the modern terminology, and even in those times, these are called Yahudi, Jews. Okay? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing the Jews because in Medina there were a lot of Jews living at the time when Prophet ﷺ was sent there as a messenger. Okay? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing the people who were the children of Israel, their progeny, their generation, their offspring, and He is reminding them something. So, Ya Bani Israel, O children of Israel, couple things here for the tajweed point of view. The word Israel starts with a alif that has a hamza underneath. This hamza will have an effect on the letter before that, and will put a mad on the ya. So when you read the Ya Bani Israel, you have to stretch the ya. Ya Bani Israel. If this word was not there, then you just simply say Bani. Because of this hamza, which has the effect backward on the letter Ya, Ya has to be stretched. Similarly, this Hamza here, which is the part of the Ail, has an effect on this Alif also, so you have to stretch that Alif also in the recitation. So you have to recite Israel, not simply Israel.
And it's always like that?
Always whenever there is a Hamza and before that is either a Ya or Alif or a Waw, then you have to recite it with a mud, which is stretching 4 to 6 times. So that's for the tajweed. Okay? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing here the children of Israel or the Jews. Okay? And because the first people who are going to listen are the Jews of Medina. Because they are the first one who are going to listen to the command or the ayat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay? So what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying by addressing them, the first word is udhkuru. Okay? So this word starts with Zal, Kaf and Ra. This means to remember. Zakara means to remember. Okay? And from this word, Udhkur is a command. Udhkur, if you say someone, Udhkur, which means you are saying remember. Okay? So this is a command from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This Zakara means to remember and Udhkur means remember. And this is for single person. If you are talking to one person and you want to remind him something, you say Udhkur, remember about something. Its plural is Uzkuru. Uzkuru, which is written like that by adding a Waw and an Alif which is not recited. Okay, this little circle on the Alif means it is not read. It's called Alif-e-Baqaya. It is written but not read. Okay? So the word is Udhkuru and this means remember. And this is for plural. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing large number of people, Bani Israel, it's a group, by saying remember something. Okay? So this word here, Udhkuru, when you combine with the word before that, Israela, then you do not recite the Alif in the beginning, okay? And you connect Israel, Lazukuru, okay? So word before that is Israel. So there was a fatha before that, and when you combine this lam with a fatha to dal, you recite laz. What happens to this alif? This alif that has a dhamma before is not recited. So what we do, we remove the sign of dhamma and put a little swad there, half swad. Okay? This letter now is not called alif anymore. This is called Hamzatul Wasl. Okay? And it is not recited. Okay? Initially there was an alif. So why we wrote it this way? Because if we are not reading them together, then you will read Israela Udhkuru. You will read alif. But if you are combining the two words in recitation, then skip over this alif and put a little swab means you are telling the reader, do not recite alif.
So explain more, why do you have to connect lam to...
You don't have to, it's just a tajweed. If you are teaching someone and you want to read it very slowly, the Quran, okay, you can say, Ya Bani Israela Uzkuru. Okay, but then how would you know? Because see, what happens is, the only way you know there was a Dhamma, because it comes out of the grammar. Okay, if it is written in this way in the Quran, which is the way it is, if you want to stop and break on every word, you really don't know what was there on this alif. You don't know if this was a fatah there or a kasra or a dhamma now, because there is another harkat there which is just small sword. So we are forced now to read it this way by combining. Unless you learn the grammar and then you know what actually the word is. The word is uzkuru. Okay? So because we find written in this way in the Quran, and if we don't know the Arabic grammar, then we don't know what was there to begin with on the alif. Okay?
So as a beginner, you have to say love.
You have to, that's how they teach you. When you're a child, they teach you that you have to say laz. Okay? But if you want to understand the meaning, then you have to follow this path. And say that the word was actually uzkuru, and it is now has changed to this. Okay? So Allah says that, O Bani Israel, O children of Israel, remember.
So for son and children, right? It's for son and children. For son, it's ibnun. And
One child, one son is ibnun. Bani is the plural, but again remember that in a situation like that, it is men and women are included in there.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, even though the meaning is only sons.
Like in Spanish is different, because even if it's like for men, if it's for all women, you say niñas, or like.
No, this is the way it is understood. If you say all men are equal, okay, it includes women in there.
Yeah.
Even though you are saying all men are
equal,
it
comes out by itself.
Right. So this means the women are included. So when you say children of Israel, even though Bani means sons, but it is children, which means all of them are included. Next word is ni'mati allati. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is reminding them something. Say, remember something, and what is that Allah wants them to remember is this word. Noon, Ain and Mim. This starts with these things. Okay? And the meaning of this is to favor. To do some favor to someone. Noon, Ain and Mim. Okay? The word from this is this Noon, Ain, Mim and Ta, like this. Ni'matun. Ni'matun means a favor. Ni'matun has many meanings. It means bounty, grace, favor, in'am. You know, those words are very common. Ni'mat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is known in other languages, this word. So, ni'matun. Okay? And ya means I or me. And also mine. Okay? So, the original word is ni'matun. Okay? The noun which is created from these three letters, originally it is ni'matun, which means it has two dhammas at the end. Ni'matun. Okay?
Like he bestowed his favors on you before any other people. I remember, I'm going to go fast.
Let me finish this.
Okay.
So, ni'matun means the favor. Okay? Now, Before that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Udhkuru. Okay? Udhkuru means you remember. Okay? So what is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is reminding them? Allah is reminding them the ni'mat, the favor that He did upon Bani Israel. So this is an action, remembering is an action. Okay? When a noun, this is a noun, when a noun comes after the action, a change takes place and this becomes ni'matan. Ni'matan. Okay? The sound of this changes from two dhammas to two fathas if it comes after an action. Okay, so this is action means something is being done. Okay, and we have discussed this rule many times and I'll explain later again. So this word is changing ni'matun to ni'matan. Okay? Meaning does not change. Meaning will remain. Remember, favor. Remember, favor. Okay? Now, if I add one more thing after that, which is ya. Ya means my. Okay? Udhkuru.
Did Prophet Muhammad write like this, or did he write like how people wrote in the Hadith? You know, understand what I'm saying?
Okay. Prophet Sallallahu did not write anything.
He didn't write anything?
He recited to the people and they wrote down.
No, I'm talking about, I mean, he had to write something.
No, he didn't write anything.
He never wrote,
He was not
never
a
in his
educated
life,
person.
he never wrote anything.
He didn't know how to
Okay.
You know what to write.
My bad, sorry about that.
So now getting back to that, Udhkuru ni'matan, remember, favor, and ya means my. Okay? So when we combine these two words together, ni'matan and ya, the combination of these two words is written as ni'mati. Ni'mati. When a noun, ni'matan is a noun, and ya is a pronoun. When a noun and pronoun are combined together, then the two tanween changes to one only. So ni'mata, this becomes ni'mata, and ya becomes ni'mati. So that is word in the Quran. Ni'mati, my favor. Here my means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah is reminding them, O Bani Israel, remember my favor. Okay? Remember my favor that I did to you in the past. Okay? Ni'mati. Okay? Then